Captain? Captain. Captain. Oh, Captain. Captain. Mm. Okay people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. Today I'm taking a look at the Bandai S.H. Figuarts Captain Marvel. At this point the movie has made $1 billion, and unlike my Marvel Legends review for Captain Marvel, I've seen the movie at this point. And I liked it, I enjoyed the character, I really liked that I wasn't spoiled on the twist. I probably should have seen it coming, it's not like it was a huge, complicated plot twist, but I just go in the theater dumb and enjoy myself. That's the way I watch movies. And honestly, I haven't been buying a lot of the Figuarts Marvel movie stuff just because the Marvel Legends have been so good, and I almost regretted getting this until I saw the movie, and then I was like, okay, I need a good basic Captain Marvel to go with kind of the Figuarts I already have of good basic Marvel characters. Looking at the package, it's your standard Bandai packaging. I like the red and blue and gold motif for Captain Marvel here. The whole package is just very Captain Marvel. I don't know if this is a common thing, but I was on the Tamashii Nation's website it's raining, I'm sorry, and it had a link for reporting bootlegs and you know, what to look for. So I think they're very concerned with the bootleg market, and I think this may be put on there to counteract counterfeiting it, or it may just be a fancy thing. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too much about it. On the side, not much, just that same color scheme. On the back, we see more promotional shots of the figure. Down here, some unreadables, some warnings. On the other side, a movie shot of Carol. Top, Captain Marvel logo. On the bottom, more unreadables, your winning lottery number. Let's see what's going on here. What do we got? We got seaming instructions. Have all the points that the paint may rub, may chip. I always worry about that, especially on metallic type figures like this. Not really metallic, but there is a sparkle. There's a sheen to it. Switching out the heads. It comes with the neck. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Switching out the hands. Putting the energy effects over the hands. It's fairly basic here. Oh, and there we go, all out of the package. And I have to say, it's mostly because of the movie design, but I really dig this costume. And we're used to this with Bandai. They have done such a great job translating the movie costume into plastic form. Just all the little sculpted details, all the separations, all the seam lines, just everything, the plates, the boots. And the same goes for the paint, just the color separations. I love the red, I love that it's not quite gold, it's kind of a bronzy color, but it fits into the overall color scheme here. And then the base blue, just tying it all together. I mean, just look at the detailing right here, the red down in those crevices. These little gold triangles right here on the sides, just punched in very nicely. It's just a nicely designed costume. And then the base body itself, I like the proportions here. Out of the package, the shoulders were down a little low, and it makes her look a little bit slouchy and the arms a little bit long. But you take this, shift up, and it gives her more of a strong profile, and it puts the hands in the right place when her arms are straight down by her side. Looking at the face, it looks a little bit dirty, but we get that with all Figuarts figures. That's just how they print the facial details on there. To the naked eye, standing on the shelf, it looks more like shadow, it looks like shading. It gives the face a little bit more depth. But then we get to the hair, and it looks just kind of like somebody poured mustard on her head or something? I don't know. The original promotional shot had kind of a darker brownish blondish color, but even that looked a little bit flat. This hair color kind of ties into the body a little bit better, but I don't think it works. And this seam line up through here, we usually see this when the face is interchangeable, when it comes with different expressions or something like that, but this is actually glued on. So I'm thinking it's more of the hair is hanging in front, the hair is hanging in the back, so they made it two pieces, or they originally planned to have different facial features for Carol. I'm also surprised they didn't go the Thor route and put a hinge back here to get the hair out of the way so she could look up for, you know, flying. Oh, decapitation gets in the way right there. Going back to the body, it's your normal Figuarts fare. I will say right here though, if you get the leg back a little bit too far and then try to bring it back forward, it does, well, now that I'm turning it right this time, at first I tried to bring the leg up and it was catching right there. But if you turn it just a little bit, it goes back into the waist piece right here. Comes all the way up. But it doesn't seem like the right wants to do it too much. It's just the left for whatever reason. Going over articulation, there is a ball joint at the bottom of the neck. Actually, it's a dumbbell joint, but the bottom is, there it goes. It was kind of stuck in there, or very tight. Oops, now I pushed it back and I can't get the neck ball back on. And then at the top of the neck going up into the skull, it's either a dumbbell or a ball joint. But with both together, you can get her chin all the way down. Back, not so much. Hair just gets in the way. Tilt. tilt. Then it rotates at both points, which becomes kind of a problem if you get the neck over to the side and then you bring the head back around. The collar likes to get out of alignment with the head. It's not going to do it now because I'm on camera, but earlier, believe me, it did happen. At the shoulder, there's a long dumbbell joint going into the torso, coming out to a ball joint at the shoulder. That's capped off with this extra piece in here to hide all that articulation. I love this on Figuarts. But you shift up, you shift down, you can shift forward, you can shift back. That hinges out past 90, rotates around. You can swivel on that ball joint out at the end. Single hinge elbow, but comes most of the way up. Figuarts joint at the wrist, you can get it going side to side. If you rotate it around though, you can get it going up and down. Dumbbell or ball joint, well, let's see what's in there. Yep, it's a dumbbell joint. And I'm guessing that's a dumbbell joint down there too with a lot of range of movement. Both together, it crunches, not that great, but it does arc back fairly nice. Nice tilt, tilting around to the other side. Just a ball joint at the hip, no drop down joint, but with the crotch piece, it's kind of a floating deal going on here. So when you bring the leg up, can come all the way. Back, out. There is some swivel on that ball joint. Double knee covered by a kneecap piece. That comes most of the way up. She can't quite kick her own ass. Same setup at the ankle as at the wrist. It hinges back. It hinges forward. It rotates this way at the top, but I think there is a forward-facing pin too, where you can get some ankle rocker, but it's kind of hard to manipulate without twisting it like this. And then there's a toe joint that goes all the way up. For accessories, there's 2 fists, 2 relaxed hands, and 2 splayed out hands. Jazz hands! And those just pop right off, not a problem at all. It's just scary, tiny little ball joint at the end right there. That and facing the fist the right way. That's pretty dumb. Putting it back on, pop, done. We definitely do not have a Darth Maul situation going on here. It comes with 2 energy effects for her fists, and it's a nice translucent, orangey, yellowish type material. It just looks very, very fire-like. And there is a left and right. You have to look down in there to see where the thumb is positioned. But even with that, getting the fist down in there, okay, maybe I finally got it in there right because it seems to want to hold now. Earlier I was trying to put it on and it just kept wanting to fall off, but it looks like, mostly because you can see through the damn fire here, it looks like I got the fist all the way in there this time. And that looks pretty sweet for either just, you know, her standing and her hand being on fire, energy just seeping out of her fingers, or for giving a power punch. And then finally, like I showed a minute ago, her head pops off at the bottom of the neck, and she comes with an alternate head with its own neck piece, which is very, very cool because when she has the helmet on, her neck is supposed to be covered. We didn't get that with the Marvel Legends version. You popped off the helmet head and put on the unmasked head, and she would still have the collared neck. And I really, really, really like this look. We get that same mustard color to the mohawk because that's her hair coming up and out of the helmet. But here, it's not as blatantly, you know, a sandwich condiment. It's just hair sticking out the top. Your eyes are more focused on the shiny metallic red, the blue, just the helmet in general. Size-wise, she is 5 3/4 inches tall. For comparison, here she is with the S.H. Figuarts Infinity War Captain America and Infinity War Black Widow. Custom head from 1/6 kit on Captain America. That's why it looks way better. Now, in real life, Chris Evans is 6 foot. Scarlett Johansson is 5'3", and Brie Larson is 5'7". So actually, these are a little bit tall for 6-inch scale, especially Black Widow. She should be shortened down to about 5 1/4, maybe somewhere in there, and she's actually at 5 3/4. Whereas Captain America is clocking in at about 6 1/4, he should be a 1/4 inch shorter. But without the tape measure or any of that, they do look pretty damn good together. Captain Marvel's head may be just a little bit small compared to Black Widow's, but the Marvel Legends fare a little bit better against each other. Captain Marvel's a little bit taller than Black Widow. That works for me. But the Figuarts Captain Marvel is not going to work in your Marvel Legends display. Oh, putting the fire effects on just to get that last pose, you know, there is kind of a pop once you get the fist all the way in there. So at the end of the day, it's a good, kind of basic figure of Captain Marvel. I think between the Marvel Legends and the Figuarts, which is all the Captain Marvels I've gotten so far, I like the Figuarts better. Plus my main movie display of basic figures from the MCU are Figuarts. So she'll fit in very well there, but I feel like for the money I'm paying for this, I should get another head or another faceplate, maybe some more effects. A damn flight stand would be nice. I don't like how Bandai is essentially, you have to order our special flight stands separately. No, every other company I know of puts the flight stands in the package. Sure, I have flight stands laying around here, but I'd like to have a dedicated Captain Marvel flight stand, because when I think of Captain Marvel, I think of her flying. So flying effects And I know this wouldn't go all the way binary. It would be a completely different figure, but I would like something like that. A little bit more juice behind it. So yeah, I'd like a little bit more bang for my buck, but I do enjoy this figure. It does look good for what it is. It just seems a little bit plain, at least in the accessory department. Just looking at the figure itself, it looks like the movie, and I really, really like that. So if you like the review, comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.